When wealthy socialite tried to buy my kid from me, part 1/2. I'm still shaking as I write this, but I have to tell my story. 7 years ago, I got pregnant with a guy who promised me the world. Turns out, he was a player with no intention of being a real partner. After our messy breakup, I found out he'd been secretly seeing another girl and was trying to get out of paying child support. But that's not even the worst part. He had the audacity to tell me he wanted to give our kid up for adoption, but only if I agreed to let him keep my daughter from my family. Like, what kind of monster does that? I thought I'd seen the last of him when he dropped off a check with a letter saying, "Don't bother reaching out." But then, 2 months ago, I started getting weird messages from an unknown number. "You can have your kid back," says one, while another says, "I'll pay top dollar for her adoption." I thought it was a scam at first, but the messages kept coming. It wasn't until I got a call from his lawyer, who also happened to be his new GF, that I realized he was serious. The audacity of this guy is still blowing my mind. He's been making 6 figures for years, and yet he still has to resort to being a shady adoption middleman? The nerve of it all is just, ugh. Anyways, I'm currently in the process of going through a restraining order against him and his GF, but I need your help, Reddit. Has anyone else ever dealt with someone like this? Part 2, update, 1 week later, and I can already see justice being served. Turns out, this guy's law firm wasn't even registered, and all the money he's been making off me is basically just a scam. He got exposed by some fellow adoption hopefuls who were also targeted by him, and now his whole little operation is coming crashing down. But here's the cherry on top. It turns out that this wealthy socialite guy can barely make ends meet. Like, we're talking food stamps for dinner kind of broke. He's been living off his dad's trust fund while pretending to be some high-rolling businessman. I mean, I'm not saying you get what you pay for or anything, but come on. If he had the money, why was he trying to scam me in the first place? Guess sometimes, karma comes full circle. I'll never be able to repay this community for their support and solidarity during my ordeal. Keep being awesome, Reddit.